today. I'm doing this from home with my hat on, covering up my workout hair. Don't worry about it, right? That's very cool. Is there anything else that you want to say before I get started?
I want to hear from you.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, first and foremost, for allowing me to be on this team call. I absolutely love it. I adore Deidre and Kate. Just so much fun, so much spunk. And every time I get to at least chat with them, I tell you, big visions, big dreams. And your team has done such a phenomenal job. So it's really cool to be part of this today. So with that being said, how many of you are from Texas? Okay, awesome. I assumed a lot were, because I know you guys kind of grow locally. Where are you from, Casey? Sorry, you're muted.
Hold on. Let me try to.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, I'm from Florida.
What part of Florida?
Like the Destin area.
I lived in Clearwater, so I know exactly where that's at. Very, very nice. And Ashley, were you from somewhere else different? And Deidre, if you know, because are you driving? I'm not sure what you're doing, but are you from Florida or are you from Texas as well, Ashley? Yeah, okay. I just thought I saw another hand not raised. Very, very cool, because I know you guys do grow locally, so I just wanted to see where else you all came from. I am in Utah, so if you guys don't know this, the sales office, we say we're in California, but we're really in Utah. So our entire sales team, everybody that works with every region, all the way from Diamond up to 15-star Diamond, is from Provo, Utah, or works in Provo, Utah. So with that being said, we are kind of that. Well, first and foremost, Jeff Hill, he did not want to move to California, so they implanted an office here, and that's how we got born. That pretty much sums up the story. So with that being said, the topic today, ladies, and you're all ladies, okay, great, is all about seeing the bigger vision of this business. Okay, I know most of you are probably new, or maybe you started getting this ball rolling, you've been having great success, but now you're like, what is next? Right? I'm sure you have all kind of felt that. So with that being said, it's really going to be talking about the bigger picture, what this is all about, goal setting, and really just fine tuning what this overall big dream, big picture is all about. So number one, first and foremost, Carl says there is not a secret sauce to this business. And I agree, but there is one thing that I will tell you that every great coach does, and it is consistency. That is it. I know. You're like, wait, what? Wait, that's the secret sauce? It truly, truly is. So we're going to talk about that, because honestly, that will build energy with you, your team, your new team, your existing team, everything. It's who puts in the labor every single day is who's going to be successful. And I think we naturally think with these home-based businesses, or not really in the scheme of helping people, but really, staying at home, working from home, those things. Sometimes we think, okay, if I put in the activity, I'm going to be successful. And I promise you, once you start trying, it's just when you start to get the ball rolling. And that's that momentum bus that keeps going, that's the one that finishes. So in this entire realm of it, it truly is, what is the thing? Oh, I don't know. Okay, I knew where I was going, but I don't remember what I was going to say. It's like the turtle, right? You just keep on plugging along. You know what I'm saying? Okay. With that being said, though, it all comes down to the 3 vitals. And I'm going to say the 4 vitals because I know we introduced a 4th one. You guys all know that there was a 4th one, right? Okay. Unless you missed a national wake-up call. There is a 4th one now. Deidre, are you like, wait, say what? Oh, are you frozen? Oh, you're muted.
I keep muting myself. No, yes, but we talked about a lot of them. So we kind of, there's, following up, and just the more that, I don't know, was it in the wall or whatever? They were posting like everything that you'd want to add. So, I mean, there's so many that are good.
There is, yes. So we'll just go right to what Carl said. So it's super simple. So first and foremost, I always ask my coaches, what program are you doing? What are you doing? What is it that you are dialing in every single day? And I will tell you, the further you are along in this journey, the harder it is to remember to take care of yourself and the reason why you started this. It's easy to not do your program. It's easy to not read and do personal development because you're so focused on your team. And I promise that's the first second that you will lose sight of you and what you're still striving for. You continue to have a journey no matter what. I don't care if you're in the most perfect shape of your life. You have to be on that journey always. That's what makes you relatable. Second thing, personal development. You will only go as far as you are capable if you are never really dialing into personal development. Personal development is to better you. It's to develop your team. It's to, I mean, most of my coaches that I work with have never been leaders, which is just crazy to me. They're, you all of a sudden get into a challenge group, you start to have success, and you're a walking billboard, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, now you have a team. And they're like, wait, what? I've never led and guided anybody to success. And that's okay. You can learn all of those traits, all of those skills through personal development. But also in this business, you know how it is. If you're constantly working with challengers or coaches that are just having a really rough time, it's easy to bring down the energy, to bring down the excitement. Personal development is going to make you be your best. So you have to do it. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. You have to make time for it. Third one, of course, inviting. You have to keep the conversations going, no matter what. No matter what. It's all about the conversations. And I'm glad I actually said that because last year, this was probably about 6 to 8 months ago, so I almost forgot about it. But I was doing a team call for a great team, and I just asked for some success stories. And this girl was so excited. She's like, Brittany, let me tell you about one. I said, okay, awesome. Let's talk about inviting. What happened? In her first month of her business, okay, she basically, first and foremost, she hit Success Club. The second month, same thing, she hit Success Club. The third month, she ended up, okay, this is just crazy. She ended up doing a silly, stupid post. Okay, and I say that because we all know when to post, how to post, and those types of things. She ended up writing out a post, did it on Friday afternoon. Then she went to the pool. She left her phone. Needless to say, she was at Success Club 22 in that third month. And on the last Friday of the month, she decided to do that silly, stupid post. Needless to say, she ended that month with Success Club 44. Say what? Like, okay, she doubled her Success Club points in one day. And it was just because she kept those conversations going. She was inviting and still connecting with these people that told her no 30, 60, 90 days ago, or 30, 60 days ago, because this was her third month into the business. But they saw that silly, stupid post and said, wow, this girl has something going on. I'm going to be part of that. I want her journey. And they ended up signing up. So the whole thing about inviting is just keeping those conversations going. You will not reap the rewards of that at all for typically 30, 60, 90 days. So you just have to know you're doing it without a shadow of a doubt that's going to come. Sometimes some of my coaches say it takes a year. Holy moly, right? I always get that. Oh my gosh, I've been working on her for a year. I knew she was going to be amazing. I knew she wanted this journey. And a year, 2 years down the road, they come and they say, you know what, I'm in. But you don't want them in until they are ready. Okay, so that's the whole thing about inviting. Just keep the conversations going. If they say a no, say that's okay. Because eventually that no will turn to a yes. It's those dang maybes that keep us sitting on that fence, right? Either make it a yes or make it a no. The maybes just need to really go one way or the other. The fourth one is recognition. So we added that to this entire 4 vitals now that we call it. And it's so hard to say because I'm so used to saying 3 vitals, but 4 vitals, because recognition is key within this business. I know that's probably one of the top reasons each and every single one of you came into this business, because you got recognized. That's not something you get in your daily job. That's not something that you get along your journey when you're losing weight and having fun and connecting with people. Okay, so recognition is huge. You recognize your team, you recognize your everything. And it is the small steps. It's kind of like when a baby starts walking and you keep on cheering them on and they fall down. You keep cheering, and then they get up and walk. You do that same thing with your coaches. And I know all of you can relate because there's 3 of you that have babies on your lap, right? You get it? Okay. All I have is dogs, but it kind of works like a thing. I don't know. So from there, honestly, to truly duplicate yourself, you must recruit and never stop. So the next topic is all about recruiting. Do you ladies spend about 90 to about 100% of your time right now recruiting? Just by raise a hand. You spend a lot of that? Okay. Thank you, Deidre and Kate, for raising your hand on that. Do you see that they are both 5-star diamond coaches that raise their hand on that? And I love that. So maybe for them, they should probably be around 80 to 85, maybe 90 at the most. But in this business, you can never stop recruiting. The second you stop recruiting, your team goes stale. They don't believe in themselves. The speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. So if you stop, your team directly just stops. And you never say it, but it happens. Okay. So with that being said, you must make sure that in this business, I don't care how highly ranked you get, that recruiting is your number one go-to. Our superstar diamonds, because I work with the 4 to 8 or 4 to 7 stars now, but our superstar diamonds, still recruit 50% of the time. And I work with my coaches to really dial and zoom down that number, meaning, because typically it's, you recruit 10, you get one working coach. And that's hard for me to fathom. And I just say that because that's a lot of work. So I'd rather you figure out your niche. I'd rather figure out exactly who you're going after, your avatar, whatever you would like to call it. So you recruit 5, you have 3 working coaches. That's impressive to me. Okay. And so you're kind of wondering, like, okay, how do all of these top coaches recruit 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60? It's because they know their ratio. And typically when you go that high, they only have 1 working coach out of the 10. So then you have 6 working coaches out of 60, right? 54 discount coaches. Does that make you kind of overwhelmed? That makes me overwhelmed. And I say that, and that's why there's a lot of cancellation. So you really want to zoom focus your number. But these are the things that you should be tracking every single day and every single month. Have all of you, or any of you working towards elite this year? Raise a hand. I know, like, scary, scary, scary. I love it. Katie. Is it Katie? I'm assuming. She just starts giggling. So honestly, and I will make it so much less scary. It is so not scary if you put in the actions right now. I promise you. Because most of the time people come back from Summit and it's like holy gangbusters and they make it happen within a couple months. So I promise you, it's March. Anybody who wants to go for it can go for it. Hands down, right, ladies? These two know it. Okay. So with that being said, you always have to have a vision. It now is all about, so are all of you working towards diamond, or are you diamond? Working towards diamond, okay. Or diamond, okay. Perfect. So I really teach my coaches the 2-star diamond approach. And you're like, hey, what is that? Literally, that will help you to make a decision within this business. I know it's all about diamond, and I hear it. Okay, I'm going to be a diamond. I'm going to be a diamond. Do you know how many diamonds are $18 diamonds? They make $18. Do you want to be an $18 diamond? Please say no. Okay, cool. I don't want you to be, because I want you to have success with this, and I want you to be able to carry on so you can stay consistent. Hi, ladies. How are you? So with that being said, I do teach a 2-star diamond approach. And this is what I would say to a working coach. If somebody signed up, right, with me and they said, yes, Brittany, I'm 150% in. I'd say, all right, girlfriend, first and foremost, Deidre. I'm just going to use your name for example. First and foremost, we're going to hit emerald, not a problem. From there, we're going to hit diamond, 30, 60 days. From there, we're going to work towards 2-star diamond, and this is why. Did you see how I kind of just breezed past all that? Wow, we're getting some people on here. I love it. Okay, so the reason I talk about the 2-star diamond approach is because all of you signed up for this to make an impact on others, right? To become a leader, to create a team. You won't have any of that until you hit that mark. And you might think, well, I'm a diamond, I do have a team. You do, but you have to continue to work it. And what happens is if you tell somebody, hey, go for diamond, they're going to go for diamond. And then they're going to stop and celebrate. And then they kind of get stuck in that and they never advance. The amount of diamonds that don't advance to 2-star is just crazy to me because they're not seeing the bigger vision. They've hit their goal. And then they just have kind of quit because they don't see the fruit of the labor. They are an $18 diamond or they haven't built a strong foundation. So with that being said, I want to go back to what I would say to a brand new coach. I would say you are going for a 2-star diamond and this is why. Okay, now name off all the benefits. And if you don't know them, I'm going to name them now for you. First and foremost, this is where you can decide if you're going to go part-time. This is where you can decide if you're going to retire from your job, if maybe you're just working part-time. This is where you start getting quarterly bonuses. Obviously, your income increases. Okay? You get to open up a second CBC. You basically get to brand yourself and make yourself successful. But the number one most important thing on becoming a 2-star diamond is this is actually when you are a leader. This is when you are leading and guiding a team to success. So if that is your bigger vision, if you are bringing coaches into this business and saying, you know what, let's get you to diamond, and you don't ever talk about what's next, it's hard to see the vision unless they are like a type A, red personality, driver, go. But if they're not, they won't see that bigger vision. They won't know what they're working towards. So you have to really, really, really paint that picture big, because if you don't and you're hesitant, you're only going to set them up for failure. Does that make sense? I know it's hard to kind of think of it, and it's even harder to say, you know what, I'm not a 2-star diamond, so it doesn't make sense to me because I'm not there. My uplines are, but I'm not there. You know what? You're the expert. You have to say, I'm working towards this, and this is why. We can work on it together. Okay? But if you give them a time limit, say you became a diamond in 30, 60, 90 days. If you can say, you know what, I became a diamond in 54 days. I promise you, they're going to do it in 45. They'll beat you if they're competitive. And if they're not, that's okay. Cheer them on along the way. Even if it takes longer than 30, 60 days, you stop and celebrate. But you paint the picture so big so they never stop. Does that make sense? And I think with this, it really, truly becomes confidence. The reason why 5-star Diamond Elite is so important is this is when you actually gain confidence. Right, ladies? You kind of feel like you know what you're doing in this business. I know Deidre would probably laugh because she's like, look at her, I do it. She'd be like, whatever, Brittany. I'm like, no, really, honey, you got this. I love it. Love it, love it. So with that, a diamond coach should always be working for and towards becoming a 2-star diamond premier coach. The only difference between premier and elite is the fact that elite is a 5-star, premier is a 2-star, and 2-stars, the categories are not capped. But I promise you, if you're doing your daily activities every single day, it is so simple to make this happen. I know it's hard if you're hustling at the very end, but I'll tell you what that means. To become a 5-star diamond though, ladies, all it takes is truly 3 diamonds. Because if you think about it, your spouse and your second CBC count as a diamond, and then you need 3 others. So I hope that helps simplify it. And I'm not saying go sign up your grandma, your mother, and everybody else. Then you have to house all those accounts. And then you are building yourself on a very shaky foundation. And I promise you the amount of times that I see them build like that, they fall. And then the confidence goes completely gone. It's so hard. So, but you should always be striving for something. So like I said, diamond to 2-star diamond, 2-star diamond premier, 2-star diamond to 5-star diamond elite, and then 5 to 10-star. That's just kind of how it works out. And I know we naturally think, hey, you know what? Once they hit diamond, they'll work towards 2-star diamond. And it really doesn't happen that way. The only time it happens when it kind of flows it into the system is when they hit 2-star, and then they see what the bigger vision is, and they start working towards 5-star diamond elite. Excuse me. So with that being said, before I go into my next little thing, do you ladies have any questions on that? Because I know that was a lot of content. Don't hesitate to ask. There's no stupid questions. And I swear when I do team calls, nobody asks questions. Want, right? Okay. If you do, stop me. Please, please, please. Or type it. Did somebody unmute themselves? Okay.
And you muted me, sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I know. I'm like, I heard somebody unmute themselves. So the next thing with this, how many of you write out goals yearly? I know I do. And it's okay if you don't. If it's something new to you, I get it. But goal setting is one of the biggest and most important things within this business. Your vision, your why, okay, is huge. And I want you to kind of think about, and I say this with a very heavy heart, because so just to give you a little background on myself, before I came to Beachbody, I actually worked for Buckle, the clothing store, for 12 years. And so what I did there, and actually what I do now, is very similar, because I was a mentor and I lead and guide others to success. But for 1 year of my life, I tried to be a personal trainer. Well, I didn't try. I was for a year. And I taught group fitness. And I did that. And it was my favorite thing in the whole world. But needless to say, now I'm back in the corporate world. And I love it. So no complaints there. But I remember asking my clients, what is your why? And they would tell me. And it's kind of like what I ask my coaches. They're like, to own a yacht. It's like the big elusive. And you're like, okay. But then I would ask, what is your negative why? What is it that makes you cry? And so then I would ask my coaches that, or my clients that. And it typically was, I don't want my kids to grow up obese like me. And I was like, oh, okay. And that would make them cry, which that would make me cry. But you have to kind of think of your negative why here. Is your negative why never being able to get your kids off the school bus? Not be there when they get home. To not have, oh, my dog might bark here, sorry. Like right there. Anyways, but you need to think of that negative why, something that gets under your skin that you know without a shadow of a doubt that you will always do it, okay? Because the yacht, you'll let the yacht go. But will you let your children be home by themselves or have somebody else raise them if you can't be there? I doubt it, okay? So you have to really look at that negative why to the point where it brings you in tears. And I would challenge you to do the same thing with your coaches. I do it with my coaches. And sometimes tears do come, and that's okay. But you make them write it down, because then they have that vision. So going back to goal setting, you should absolutely be writing out goals, your vision for the year, all of those things, having a vision board. But I want you to really break it down, because normally we write out our goals and then they're done for the year. And we go back and we're like, oh, those are good. Yeah, okay, I'm getting to those. But really, you should have 30, 60, 90-day goals. Typically, I teach my coaches also quarterly goals, and it typically lines up with what we have going on. So Success Club trips, summit, leadership, and then it kind of goes that way. But if you have a vision for 90 days, I promise you, you will not only hit it, but you'll stop and celebrate. And that is one thing in this business that we forget to do. It's like, okay, I'm working towards 5 stars. So we don't celebrate the 2, 3, 4, and then at 5, we're like, woo, we did it. Oh, that was exhausting, right? If you stop and celebrate and really collaborate what this meant to you and how well you're doing, you will continue to go. But if you constantly are in that rat race of just getting it done and moving to the next thing, you're going to get where you want to be and be like, was that worth it? I don't know, because I didn't feel the progression along the way. So I want to really challenge you to write out your goals. And if it's 90 days, that's what I do for myself personally. I write out 90-day goals. That way they're easy to obtain. That way I can stop and celebrate. That way, if I'm not moving quick enough or if I'm moving too quick, I can evaluate my overall big vision goals. But if you're struggling with goals, have any of you ever heard of the 10X rule? Okay, no. So that is a great audible that I have been listening to that really will help you dream a bigger dream. Because most of the time we don't really apply any goals because we're afraid of the fear of that we're not going to hit them. And that's okay. You need your dream and your vision so big. So I really challenge you, if you're having a hard time with goal setting, 10X rule, just find it on Audible or find the book. It's really, really great. But with that being said, there should be 3 things that you are focusing on every single month that goes along with your Beachbody business. So not only do I want you to have personal goals, family goals, all of those things for your life, I want you to focus on 3 things every single month. Are you ready for it? It's pretty exciting. First and foremost, you already know how to do this. It's Success Club, okay? And if you're constantly hitting Success Club 5, your goal needs to go up to 10 no matter what. And that is one that you should always be progressing. If you're constantly hitting 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever it is, then next month go for 2 more points. So helping 1 more person. In this business, that's what you need to do. You need to constantly grow by 1 or 2 or 3, however fast you're wanting to grow here. But if you're constantly hitting Success Club 10, go for 12. Get yourself out of your comfort zone. That's the only way you're going to have a bigger opportunity. Also, when you have an amazing coach that says, oh my gosh, I'm going for Success Club 20, and you sit back and you're like, oh, I've never gone for that. Good luck. Really? No. You need to stop and say, oh my gosh, I did that. I've done that. All of those things, they're going to go just as fast as you. Same thing with recruiting. So the second one's recruiting. And these all line up with being elite. So I'm just going to kind of throw this out there because it literally goes hand in hand. But recruiting, same thing. If you're constantly recruiting 2 to 3 coaches, try to go for 4 to 5. Just increase it, okay? If you're constantly going for 2, go to 3. It doesn't matter. Go by 1 or 2, but increase that number every single month. You'll have a bigger playing field. On that one, though, get to your avatar. Know what you're going after. I don't want you to recruit 20. I mean, unless that's your goal and you know how to work with those 20 coaches, but just have a vision, have a goal every single month on that. The third one is your Success Club base. Do you guys know what that is? It's all about the base, right? Okay. Literally, it truly is. That is what is the game changer in this business. That's when you know you're duplicating yourself. So your Success Club base, to kind of flirt with elite, okay, to just flirt with elite and to become an elite coach, you need a Success Club base of 5. That means you need 5 personally sponsored coaches hitting Success Club every single month in 2015 and 2016. So that's what it works towards elite. So is that scary for you? Can I ask that? Is it scary to have 5 coaches working? Is it? Okay. So let me break it down for you. If literally you had 1 in January, just 1, 2 in February, 3 in March, you get where I'm going, and you just build by 1, 4, 5, 6, all the way up until the end of the year, you would actually end at a Success Club base of 6.5. Is that scary? No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, because you're just increasing by 1. And if I'm telling you to be an elite coach, you have to be around 5. And I have coaches that do it about 4.5, 4. But literally that goal should be around 5, because that means you're helping more people. That means you're helping more people get their products paid for. You're building a team and an organization. You're becoming that leader that you want to be. So if you're trying to figure out where you're at, and if you're like, oh, Brittany, I don't even have 1 coach hitting Success Club, that's okay. Find your 1. From there, find the next one. and just continue to work and progress on that. Once you start doing that, your team will do the same, and you should definitely duplicate that. But with that being said, I mean, I don't want you guys to think elite is scary. I don't want you to think premieres is scary. Those should be big vision goals that you can definitely work towards and get to this year without a problem. I have plenty of coaches that come back from Summit. So, and Summit's now end of July. So 1st of August, they come in and they're like, yep, I'm working towards elite. And they're maybe a diamond coach. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. They literally get it done in December, not a problem. And it's just because their vision is big. So if you started right now and you build that momentum bus that should be going, I guarantee you it will be there. You just have to believe it. You have to see it. You have to stop and celebrate. Okay? You have big dreams, big visions, and you have to teach your coaches the bigger vision of all of this. And that is to progress. And just remember, you are the expert. You are 100% the expert. You have so much credibility. 99% of the time, you have more credibility with the people that you just barely met than your family. So don't listen to your family. Listen to the ones that truly believe in you and see what you're doing to help others. That being said, I think I should be done talking and answer any questions. Do you have any questions? Deidre, is there anything else that you want me to throw in there? And Kate?
I think Kate went to put Finn down. That was so good. It just realigns, like I had, oh, sorry. Messaged me earlier. I mean, it really is the vision, and I have so many notes down because it's like you lose track of little things, and you get so overwhelmed by that one thing that you just kind of say, I can't do that, and so then you throw in the towel with everything else. I mean, we have been ever since I guess it was it the wake up call this week? She was talking about the tracker. We've all been printing that out. We've been talking about them. I have it right here. And so I love that it breaks that down. Just those little things. I kind of need more room on my paper than that, but but it really does show me like I'm not doing what I need to be doing, and then you feel overwhelmed. Well, you feel overwhelmed because you're not doing just those basic things that you think. I guess you start thinking you can skip, or you start thinking, I'll get to that later. Or, I mean, I don't know what I've been thinking, but I've been looking on here and I'm like, oh, these columns, they're not checked. Like I'm missing big stuff. So, I mean, most of the coaches on here are pushing for diamond. Awesome. And we've had a really amazing diamond training. We've had really great speakers on, and they're just all hitting home. And really kind of, I mean, it's amazing that everybody kind of says those same things, just hearing it from different ways. And it's just like, if you let that sink in and do that, does anybody else have any questions?
Thank you so much for sharing, sweetie.
My husband, sorry, he walked in and walked out in 10 seconds, and now he's like a basket case. He like, wait, what? Where's Daddy? Where did Daddy go?
You're good.
He's like, are you kidding me?
So do you ladies feel, I know you're working towards diamond, but does 2-star diamond still sound scary? Because I hope it doesn't. I hope diamond is just a stepping stone for you to gain some confidence, and know that what you did to get to diamond, you need to continue to progress and improve and change. Whatever's working, keep doing it. If it's not working, try something new. That's one thing in this business. You have to try and tweak along the way. But I have tons of coaches that honestly have something working. They're like, oh, I'm going to try that. And then they're not very successful with that. So if something is working, keep doing it. And if you want more of a result, put more effort into it. Rather than inviting just 5, invite 10. What will that do for your business?
And I feel like Kate and I feel like, maybe I hate to say slacked, but I mean, this is our first diamond training that we've done where we really are seeing, okay, yeah, past diamond, like we have been too stuck on diamond, or just telling our coaches like, let's hit diamond. And now we're like, wait a second. We want, you want your downlines. You want, your downline, you want them having their own diamonds. I mean, it really is. You don't want them to just hit diamond because, yeah, your income is not going to be where you want it to be. And then you're going to feel like, I did all that and I'm still not where I want to be. But, yeah, I mean, it takes, and we do share our income, and we share all volume numbers. We don't hold anything back. We share all of that info. So they can see it where it changes and where it starts to change when you start adding a bigger, people to your team. So yes, that's kind of definitely been an eye opener for us in growing this year. And they're working hard. Like, I'm so proud of everybody in here. We, with recognition, one thing we kind of started doing last week is doing like a so close to diamond and sharing like how many coaches they have and celebrating that. My thing was, we celebrate emerald. Most people skip ruby. And then we celebrate diamond. Well, that could be 60 or 90 days or however long in between there that you really haven't celebrated, or you really haven't given yourself credit for working so dang hard to get those next 6 coaches into emerald. So Caitlin and I started doing that, and it's been fun because they're excited to see their name on a flyer, and that they're working towards that. So we're so impressed with this group. So anyway, I don't know if questions. I'm jabbering on.
Hey, you're good, but by doing that, you'll start to work together too as a team. And I love that, because you'll see that each of you are very close, and you'll start encouraging each other. And that's what this business is all about.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay.
So is there any questions?
And I'm actually doing a Zoom with Brittany tomorrow. So if y'all do think of something later, just message me and I can ask her tomorrow. Wendy, you want to unmute?
Yeah, I did. Okay. So I have a couple coaches who, one of them is on this call. So they, I feel like, are doing everything right in their business. They're posting, and their posts are on point. They're relevant. They're valuable, but they're not getting very far in their business, and they're getting discouraged. And so I see what great potential they have, but it's hard for them to see it because either they're just at Emerald or not even at Emerald yet, but they're like a rock star coach. And so I'm kind of at a loss at what to tell them or what to suggest, because I feel like everything they're doing is on point. They're doing their vitals, they're sticking to a program.
Mm-hmm.
And so what do you say? Like, how do I help them get past that point?
It's a great question. And there is first and foremost, so I think from here, is just encouraging them to continue to encourage them, because from here, it's just going to be those things of consistency. It's doing it no matter, it's like integrity. It's doing it even when nobody's watching or nobody's listening. So what does that mean? Literally, I would just continue to encourage them and really support them, but validate. I understand this can be very discouraging, but I promise you stay consistent with it, it's going to click. And it's kind of like one of those things, once it clicks, and it's like bam, 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 and all of a sudden it all shows up all at once. Okay, I see that every single day within this business. But I would just continue to encourage, support. I would truly also ask them, are they getting vulnerable enough? So, and I say that because within this business, it's very easy to see everything that is perfect and everything that's going right. And what's Beachbody done for you? But when was the last time that you had a lot of conviction out of your heart and you said something that, is truly heavy on your heart, but you want to help others? So I would ask, even as vulnerability, are they being vulnerable enough? Are they being real enough? And if they are, then just encouragement. Keep on encouraging them to continue on being consistent with it. Sorry. The joys of a puppy. Anyway, sorry guys. But I would just continue to encourage consistency and just know without a shadow of a doubt it's going to click and it's going to happen. There's not really anything more. And if they're continuing to not get that, then I would say if they're only recruiting 5, challenge them to go to 10 and just continue to progress on those numbers. There isn't really a golden answer, but that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Thank you. That's good.
Absolutely. What else?
Come on, let's go.
Is there any other questions? No? Deidre's like, So like she said, I am talking with her tomorrow. So if something does come up, or if there's something that you don't want to share within the large group, please just message it to her and I'd be more than happy to answer it. Just know that each and every single one of you can do this without a shadow of a doubt. I see the progression. I see the success every single day. You have to believe in yourself. The one thing that will get in your way of success is yourself. So believe it, dig into your personal development, know without a shadow of doubt that you are doing this for the greater good to help others and yourself progress on your journey. And don't give up no matter what. Stay consistent. Stay in phase 1. Phase 1 is the 4 vitals, no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's what it comes down to. Don't make it complicated, because we definitely can. Simplify this business. Very simple, but just do it. Hands down, every single day, and the fruit of the labor will come.
Thank you so much. So much.
Welcome. Absolutely. I loved it.
Loved it. And guys, I'll post a recording for your coaches. You can tag them. And thank you, Brittany. See you tomorrow.
You're welcome, honey. Thank you. Thanks, ladies, for popping on. Have a great day, okay?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.